Hey guys, this is my first live stream. I haven't done one yet. I just wanted to try it and see how it goes. I was thinking maybe we could do like a Q&A type of thing, like a little chat back and forth type of discussion about movies, Justice League, DC, whatever, Marvel, anything you guys are interested in talking about. So yeah, start loading up questions. I've never done this before, so I don't know. Let's see how it goes. Let's see. Not Marvel? Okay, that's fine. If people happen to ask questions, then it's okay. Um, Hit up questions about DC then. Let me know what you guys think about this whole runtime drama. For me personally, I'm gonna wait for tickets to go on sale. The 121, yeah. I'm gonna wait for tickets to go on sale just to make sure that it's an official runtime. I know that some cinemas have 121 minutes. I know that some cinemas have listed 170 for a 2-hour, 50-minute runtime. So I'm just gonna wait for tickets to go on sale personally. I gotta get my little one out of her chair here. So these TV spots though have me even more excited. All these TV spots that have been coming out. I'm excited also to see what we get for the Wonder Woman trailer for Wonder Woman and Cyborg Week this week. The Cyborg one was pretty cool. I liked that one. Seeing new footage. Hey, what's up, movie wisecracker? So yeah, I don't know, what else do you think they're gonna show us? I don't know what else they're gonna show us for Wonder Woman / Cyborg Week. How involved do you think Joss was in the movie? I'm gonna go off of what WB, Jeff Johns, the cast has said, and that he did some polishing. Oh, hi guys. Hi Angel, Lupita. Regarding Joss Whedon, the Joss Whedon question, I'm just going off of what they have released in their statements. Doing some polishing, writing, adding some dialogue, putting pieces where they weren't before to complete the movie, doing the reshoots that Zack would have already done himself had he not had a family tragedy that caused him to step away from the film. I definitely don't think that he did or redid half of the movie. I don't think anything like that. There would be no reason to let Zack shoot pretty much the whole movie and then just be like, oh, Joss Whedon, go ahead and chop up anything you want, take out whatever you want, replace it with whatever you want to put. We're just giving you total authority to do whatever you want. I just don't think that would make sense. I don't think there's any reason for it. If WB offered to push the movie back to let Zack finish it himself, then I don't think there's any reason to let Joss just take out whatever he wants and replace it with what he thinks should be in there, in the place of what, he took out. So, WB came out with a statement when Zack was going to leave and said that we're going to stay, make sure we follow what Zack wanted, stay true to what Zack wanted. And the cast has come out and said it in interviews, and I think that that's more reliable than just what people think, So, all he did is write jokes and reshoots. I don't think it's all jokes that he put in. Some people think, oh, well, all the lightness and all the humor in the trailers must be from Joss Whedon. Well, no, because we've been seeing, they said from the beginning, right after BVS came out and was getting a lot of backlash for being dark and stuff, they came out and said, Justice League is going to have a lighter tone. We're going in that direction. That was always the plan. So that was long before Joss got involved. I'm not saying he didn't add some levity, but they already told us a long time ago that was the plan, was to move into a direction of having a lighter tone for Justice League. So, some people after seeing doesn't the Hulk in Thor look like Shrek? Chris Terrell's the main writer, not Joss. Yeah. So, I lost my thought. What was I saying? The levity. Yeah. Some people think that all the lightness is just because of Joss, and I don't agree with that. For instance, the Flash scene where he's on the rooftop and he's like, "Oh, they just vanish." We heard about that a long time ago during that set visit when they were starting to shoot, and people were talking about that scene, and that was a long, long time ago. So, and also, I don't think people can argue the fact that these trailers look like a Zack Snyder movie, you know, and plus we've seen a lot of the same scenes in these trailers since like the first and second trailer, so they were shot a long time ago. You could tell from the beginning Aquaman and Cyborg were going to be typical wisecrackers, just like the animated movies. Yeah, and the Flash also, like, he's kind of, you know, he's kind of funny. He's like the young one in the bunch, and he's kind of awkward sometimes in the trailers, you know, because he says he needs friends, so might be kind of a loner in a way. And now that he's the one that's like super excited to be on the team. And it's cool. I think it's fun that they're adding that element from him to be like super excited, because Aquaman and Cyborg are like, I don't need you guys. If Thor Ragnorok gets a higher rating than Winter Soldier, I'm done. Well, I know, and I see a lot of Violet, no. I see a lot of people saying stuff like that because Winter Soldier, I know, tends to be a lot of people's favorite MCU movie, and we watched it again the other night for the first time in like a long time. I think we'd only seen it once, and I can understand why, because it's not so filled with like just an overuse of humor and jokes everywhere. It has a more serious, realistic tone, and I think that's why it's probably a lot of people's favorite MCU movie. Thor Ragnarok, I am going into it not expecting it to be anything serious, obviously, because the director himself said that we didn't want to take ourselves too seriously making the movie, which I agree. You should have fun making a movie, and you should have fun watching a movie. But, you know, the Guardians of the Galaxy humor started to bother me at some point, because it started feeling like a parody movie and a spoof movie. And I said that a long time ago, before these critics were coming out and saying that Thor Ragnarok is like a parody of itself. And I knew that they were going to do the same type of thing with Thor Ragnarok. So when he said that, it just validated what I already thought. And so, yes, I'm going to watch it. Yeah, I'm going to have a good time with the movie and laugh and whatever, but, you know, I'm just expecting at some point to be annoyed by, you know, what everyone's saying about, oh, you don't have to go more than 5 minutes without a joke and blah, blah, blah. So, Thor Ragnarok is the darkest Norse story where all the gods die, though. I know, and, you know, people make excuses for, you know, oh, Marvel they don't have to take the source material seriously, and, you know, they're just taking little bits and pieces here and there, and the rest are just doing what they want, having creative freedom. But then if it's DC, it's like, oh, well, that wasn't in the comics, and that's not true to the comics, and, you know, so there's double standards. But, you know, it is what it is, and I think that no matter what these DC directors do, there's always going to be people that are just negative and trying to make it seem like everything's a disaster, everything's a mess, when it's not. And people think that just because the public doesn't hear about something going on behind the scenes, that it's like, just because we don't hear about it doesn't mean something's not happening. DC film's more comic accurate than MCU. Yeah, I agree. And they get bashed for it, you know, the darkness and stuff like that, when it's just very different. Even the animated stuff some of the animated DC stuff is pretty dark, and even rated R stuff. So, you know, hell will bring plenty of darkness, but yeah, Thor and Hulk will be quipping back and forth throughout. Yeah, and I've even seen some people say that even the dramatic parts with Hela are even broken up with jokes. I've seen critics say that. So, I don't know. I'm just, like I said, I'm going to enjoy it and have fun with it. But I don't think I mean, okay, I know a lot of people are not huge fans of the first two Thor movies, so I guess that's why there's a lot more hype for this Thor, because it's supposed to be, people are hoping that it's going to be better and different from the first two Thor movies that people weren't completely happy with. And, even Chris Hemsworth and the cast was saying that they were getting tired of playing their characters. They're getting bored with their characters. They wanted to do something different. So that's why they kind of went in this direction with Thor Ragnarok. And I understand, they wanted to do something different. But a lot of people are making it seem like, with these critic reviews, that, the MCU, this was a much needed, humor relief from the MCU needed all this humor, this comical relief, when that's not true. Because most of their movies are very, comical, especially the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, a little too much in my taste. But I guess compared to the other two Thor movies, then it's a different feel for the movie. And I know it's going to be good. I'm not saying it's going to be bad or anything. I know it's going to be a good movie. Never saw Thor in theaters. I'm only watching it because Hulk is in it. Yeah, I think a lot of people are excited to see Hulk again, and find out, see he's talking now and stuff, so it's gonna be a little bit different. It's gonna be interesting to see. I guess, to me, well, a lot of people are saying that, pointing out the fact that in Age of Ultron we got a foreshadowing of Thor Ragnarok when he had his little dream sequence, and it was very different from what the Thor movies actually become now. More excited for Doctor Strange. Yeah, Doctor Strange was actually a pretty cool movie. I liked it. And I forgot that I forgot that Thor had a cameo in Doctor Strange movie, and then I was like, oh yeah, so Doctor Strange is involved too. Their solo movies are very packed with a lot of other characters, which can be a good or a bad thing. I guess depends how you look at it. And I know Hulk wrecks Doctor Strange. Yeah, I know there's a lot of Hulk fans out there and people that would like to see another Hulk solo movie. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the chat and the live stream. Thanks for joining us. Doctor Strange can teleport him on a desert planet. Well, yeah, I guess that's kind of true too. So yeah, start listing your questions or things you want me to. Hey, what's up? Welcome. Talking about movie stuff, DC stuff, Thor Ragnarok. I just keep going back to this Justice League thing. I know people are making a big deal out of the runtime. Hey, thanks for joining us. Regardless, I think, regardless, we're going to get a great movie. I have no doubt about that. I don't think that is the 2 hours real for the Justice League movie? I know, that's what I don't care, I just want to see the movie. The hype is real. Yeah, exactly. I am slightly nervous. I would be slightly nervous about the 2 hour thing. If that's what it ends up being. I'm personally waiting for tickets to go on sale Friday to find out what the official runtime is, because there are cinemas that are listing different times, and I don't think that there's any reason for that. There should be no reason why some cinemas are listing 2 hours and some cinemas are listing 2 hours and 50 minutes. That's a big difference. So I'm hoping for the 250. I'm hoping for the 170-minute runtime. I'm hoping that one's the accurate one. There are plenty of people that are saying, I have confirmed sources, I have, it's confirmed, it's official, it's here, blah, blah, blah. But then there's, like I said, international cinemas that have the 250 runtime. I hope it turns out to be fake. I know, I'm hoping also. At the same time, I mean, it's not gonna make me love it any less, but at the same time, I'm gonna wonder why it's only 2 hours. It just seems like there's way too much to pack in to a 2 hour movie. It's our first Justice League movie. There's several characters. It's a team-up movie. They're introducing 3 new characters that we haven't even seen yet, except for the small cameos. But I mean, Superman has to come back. they have all these characters to introduce. They have to give us the history lesson of like Steppenwolf, the mother boxes, you know, what happened with the mother boxes, what, like, you know, they're here on Earth. Yeah, the supporting characters. I just feel like there's way too much to try to pack into a 2-hour movie. And that's supposed to, according to these people that say it's confirmed and official, that's supposed to include the credits. So, like, that seems way too short. Seems way too short. And we all know that Zack Snyder tends to make longer movies. I know 300, Sucker Punch, okay, they were shorter. 9 hours, yeah. But all of these DCEU movies have been like 2.5 hours or longer. I mean, I just don't see, or at least like 220, you know? I just don't see how they can have the first Team Up Justice League movie be 2 hours. There's so much to include in this movie. Not saying that it's going to be overstuffed with elements, but there's a lot to explain, you know? And I think, hopefully, if it turns out to be true, is it a WB decision or Joss decision? I'm thinking it'll be 2.5 hours. I'm hoping for at least like 2.5 hours. If it's WB or Joss, I think at the end of the day, WB is who they need to answer to. They're the studio. And so at the end of the day, it's probably more their decision. Just like what they did with BVS, you know, they're like, we're not taking the risk, we're not releasing this 3-hour rated R comic book movie into theaters. Personally, I think they should have just, if they didn't want it to be rated R, they should have just cut the stuff that was rated R, which was very little, and then released the rest of it. Like, they took out plenty of stuff that was, had to do with the plot, the story, you know, everything. So they should have just left all that in, at least. You know, there was a lot of stuff they could have just left in to make the plot and everything more complete, more whole, flushed everything out. But hopefully they learned their lesson and saw that the feedback for the 3-hour, yeah, I do. To the archivist, yes, I do. With this, hopefully they learned a lesson from seeing that the 3-hour cut of BVS, the Ultimate Edition, got a lot more, like a way more positive response than the theatrical version. And people realized how much they chopped up that movie and how much they made Zack take out. And so hopefully they learned their lesson from that and was like, okay, oh, they did the same thing with Suicide Squad. But hopefully they learned their lesson and was like, okay, you know, we don't have to take out so much and cut it down to 2 hours just for, you know, the runtime to be somewhat reasonable. And I don't think 2.5 hours is long. You know, there's plenty of movies that are that long or longer. For me, the Ultimate Edition is a little better, but it's still crap. I know there's people have a lot of issues with that movie. I'm personally a BVS lover, but hey, what's up? Welcome to the chat and the stream. So I don't know. I just hope that they don't chop up this movie. I don't want it to feel rushed. Wonder Woman was a pretty decent, good, thanks. How are you? Trish DIYs. I don't want it to feel rushed, and I don't want it to feel like there's a lot of stuff missing, you know. Do you think DC is depending more on people already knowing some backstory on the added heroes and characters? Well, they shouldn't, because they shouldn't, because they're new. You know, I don't think they should depend on that, because they need to, if they want to appeal to a general audience. And there was plenty of stuff in the BVS movie that was for fans, and a lot of people were confused because they didn't understand, like, what are these things flying around? They didn't know what parademons were. They should have cut some of the Lex Luthor scene on BVS. And emo Superman parts equaling to 2 hours and 45 minutes. Well, no, because they already cut a lot of Superman stuff. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the chat and the stream. They already cut a lot of Clark and Superman out of the movie. I think they needed more Superman and Clark in the movie. That was the one thing I wanted when I left the theater. And then seeing the Ultimate Edition, I saw how much they cut, and they still need probably a little bit more. But oh, thank you, my glasses. But as far as them depending people on, are you okay with the movie only being 2 hours or less? Well, I guess we can't do anything about it. I'm still gonna love it, still gonna see it, but I'm hoping that it's longer. I'll just say that. I'm hoping it's longer. But I don't think they should depend, yeah, they need to appeal to a general audience, so they shouldn't depend so much on people knowing backstories about the Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman. I know Aquaman, I think they're gonna explore his origin a little bit more in his movie, and then Cyborg and the Flash will be more explained in Justice League. I needed a more hopeful Superman on BVS with a little depression from him due to the public in BVS universe. Do you watch The Walking Dead? No, not anymore. I agree they shouldn't, but it feels like that's what they're doing after this stuff many fans got in BVS. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Hopefully they learned from it, and they won't depend so much on people knowing backstory. But I know that, you know, it is for they tend to cater a lot more to the fans, I think, than Marvel. You watch Rick and Morty? No. So hopefully, you know, I mean, I don't mind it being more for the fans, but for their sake, they probably need KYS. What do you mean by KYS? Because when Batman says Superman was the beacon to the world, I don't believe him. Well, that's what Zack Snyder has explained, is that he felt like Superman... Remember, this is a new Superman. Okay. Oh. Rick and Morty, yeah, I'm not too into like adult, like that, those kind of cartoons. I've never really been into those. But Superman, I think, oh, like I was saying, he's a new Superman as far as being introduced to the world and exposing himself. I understand what Zach means, but he needed to show the hope a little more in BBS. Yeah, okay, I guess I can see people's gripe with that. But, you know, he's trying to show us that he's getting there, and that he felt like he needed to go through these tribulations, I guess you can call them, these trials, to, and people think of it as like, why is he questioning whether or not he should be Superman? It's just like, when they show the world is torn on him, and he's like, you know, I kept myself a secret all these years, and then I finally exposed myself to the world. I'm trying to do good. I'm trying to help people. They hate me. What am I supposed to do? Like, the world knows about me now. Yeah, I see that. Angel. So, I understand, I needed the hope for Man of Steel in BBS. But see, what happened after the hate all came after Man of Steel, because that's when he was introduced. So he's feeling, you know, people trying to think like, why is he so sad? Why is he so mopey? Well, look at how the world's reacting to him. He can't, you know, how is he supposed to handle that? He's still, yes, he's Kryptonian, but he's not perfect. This Superman is more realistic. He has a human side. He has human emotions. And he's trying to figure out, like, how am I supposed to, what do people want from me? You know, I try to do good. I killed the last of my own people, my own race, to save humans, and showing them I'm on their side. I'm not trying to act against their interests. I'm not trying to be dangerous or anything. And you should turn back time. Do you watch all the TV spots for Justice League movie? Yeah, I have seen the TV spots. They're awesome. Super exciting. But I get where they're going with Superman, and some people were thinking that, you know, they killed him off too soon. At the end of BBS, it was too soon. When Cyborg shot Steppenwolf, I know, it's exciting. So, what music you listen to? Listen to lots of different music, pop, R&B. But I don't think, like, people didn't feel like we got attached enough to Superman for him to die. I cried when he died, like, the 3 times I saw it in the theater. And I still get emotional if I watch it at home when he dies. And I think that the way they're marketing it, the way they're marketing Justice League is a good way to, you know, like, I don't think a lot of people realize how much they missed him until they showed a few seconds of him as Clark in that supposed dream sequence at the beginning of the trailer that they released at New York Comic Con. So I cried when I saw Bruce's parents die in Superman's death. Yeah, it was emotional. They, you know, the DC movies are. What about Kara? Do you think we may be seeing her anytime soon? Oh yeah, I think there's a possibility she might be in Justice League. Me and Jonathan were talking about it, and since the prequel comic book that Jeff Johns and Zack Snyder wrote about Man of Steel, they confirmed that that's her ship that Clark finds in the ice, and that open pod that she survived. And so there's a possibility, I think, that yeah, his Superman suit is amazing. I love it. Especially in BVS. Oh, it's okay, baby. It's okay. But I'm hoping we get to see her. Like, you know, obviously if that was her ship, then that means she was on Earth a very long time ago. But hopefully we get to see her in Justice League. I mean, some theories are, you know, maybe we'll get to see her. I'm hoping maybe we'll get to see her in the History Battle War. Caps are annoying. Hopefully we'll get to see her in that battle. I think it would make sense. Yeah, no kidding. Okay, get out of the stream, guys. So okay, guys, calm down. I'm gonna turn off the stream. So do you know? No, but I think people have told me about him. So I lost my thought. What was I talking about? Because people are going crazy in the chat. Yeah, maybe. Oh, Supergirl. Hopefully, I'm hoping we get to see her. I think it would be really cool to see her. You need to leave, crazy Russian hacker. I'm hoping we do get to see her. I think it'd be really cool. She has swag. Okay, how do I block you? Block. And yeah. YouTube. Sorry, I'm taking people out of the chat, so it's not working. Come on, phone. Okay. It would be cool to see her, and I also think that maybe Lanterns would maybe be involved in the history battle, the history lesson war with Steppenwolf and the Amazons and the Atlanteans. Yeah, I'm blocking them too, Angel. Thank you. Yeah, Lanterns, because movie Wisecracker, because Steppenwolf mentions Lanterns in the trailer, right? So that means he knows about them. And when he says, sorry, I had to push up my glasses. When he says, you know, no Lanterns, no Kryptonians, no Protectors, then that means that when he came to Earth before and had that whole war and everything. Oh my God, get out! You're disgusting. You know. Okay, bye. So, I think that means he's encountered them before, you know, and that they were helping in that battle. If he's saying that there's no Kryptonian here to protect you, there's no Lanterns here to protect you, then that kind of means Did I read the article with Steppenwolf? Yeah, Battling Doomsday. Yeah, I did read that. That's pretty cool. I think a lot of people are excited to hear about that. Because we know that that's just, you know, the Kryptonian deformity and all that stuff, and that they meant that's what the Council of Krypton was explaining to Lex when he was in the ship. So, oh my God, get out! I'm gonna have to turn off this chat. I don't know what's wrong with these people. Yeah, I think it'd be pretty cool. Do they let you add mods or admins so I can help keep your streams clean? Yeah, I think I can turn something on like that. This is the first time I've done this stream, so I don't know how I can do it now. I think I'd have to do it before. Oh, that's a filter. Sorry guys, I haven't done this yet. Thanks. So yeah, that's how I think that they might incorporate Lanterns and or Supergirl into the movie. I could be totally wrong though. I know there's a lot of speculation because there's so much stuff we don't know about the movie. So I think Krypton made Doomsday to beat all the parademons in an invasion. Oh wow, that's a cool theory. Like that was their purpose for him, maybe. For creating a monster like that. I don't know. Could be. Because why would they? I don't know why they would. Maybe they're just experimenting or something. Maybe, yeah. It could be. That is a pretty cool theory. I never thought about that. But the way Steppenwolf is talking about Kryptonians, he obviously knows that they're powerful on Earth. That's what it seems like. But he wouldn't know that because he's never encountered Superman. So that's why I think that maybe Supergirl might have been involved back in that history lesson. About the Doomsday thing. Yeah, that's a pretty cool theory. Superman dead though? Well, yeah, he's presumed dead. He's obviously coming back. So yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool if they incorporate them that way. Okay, get out, people of the chat. So yeah, I just wanted to, this was my first live stream. I just wanted to do I thought it'd be something different to do. A live stream. And, sorry, deleting more messages. But yeah, we'll have to do this again sometime. And, you can follow me on Twitter at SuperHiveDC. Yeah, because Darkseid Army is up. I think in the Kryptonian Civil War, Steppenwolf invades and they united to make Doomsday. Oh, that's pretty cool, yeah. I know. I don't know what's wrong with people, Angel. So, yeah, we'll have to do this again sometime. It was pretty fun for my first live stream. Again, like I said, follow me on SuperHive on Twitter at SuperHiveDC, and check out my other videos on my channel if you're new. And thanks for watching, guys.